Hey guys, welcome back to another flashlight review, and Sofirn have just released a new scuba diving flashlight. This is the SD08, and it also doubles as a versatile outdoors and emergency light. So it produces 3,200 lumens and fits into your pocket pretty easy. As you can see there's also this RGB mode, which I'll explain a bit more later. Just basically a visibility light if you're using it underwater. There's also this light here on the side that lights up to tell you the battery capacity, but it's a very easy kind of rotary switch there to use. The SD08 produces a powerful 385 meter beam, and that makes it suitable for underwater exploration, things like outdoors and nighttime usage as well, if you need to see a little bit further up into the distance. I like how they're using also an orange peel reflector, so you do get a much more practical beam at reduced throw, but with a very powerful LED in there that produces over 3,000 lumens, you're still going to have a very throwy beam. So you get the light itself, obviously, but let's have a look at the battery. Now, this is pretty interesting because this is the first Sofirn battery I've seen that comes with a USB-C charging port. 21700 cell. You need to charge this outside of the flashlight. There's no port on the flashlight itself, just to make sure the waterproof rating holds. And this is the box that the SD08 comes in. You do get a few other accessories as well, some spare O-rings, USB-C charging cable, and check this out, this really chunky lanyard here, which you're going to be using underwater. And Sofirn also include this little printout, bit of information, instructions on how to use the flashlight. All right, so let's compare the Sofirn SD08s with the SD06. I wouldn't even call this a previous model. They're both significantly different in terms of performance and functionality, like the actual UI itself. You can see with the SD08, you've got that RGB signaling mode with that 360-degree light there. The battery indicator is there on the side, very, very visible. There's no lock mode. It's just a simple switch there on the side. It's also a little bit shorter. So on the SD06, you can see there is actually this little lock here on the side. So you can put it down like that side, and then the light is locked. Then you move it here and it's unlocked. And then basically you turn on and flip through the modes, and that's it. Another big difference is the reflector. So you can see with the SD08, it's using an orange peel reflector. With the SD06, you've got a smooth reflector. So you're going to get a lot more range from the SD06, but a more narrow kind of beam. And the LED is also an SFT70 on the SD06. I think Sofirn are using an SST70 in the SD8. And it's interesting because on the box it says SFT70 for the SD08, but that's definitely, I'm pretty sure that's an SST70 in there. And the difference between the SST70 and the SFT70 is that the SST70 produces more flood at the expense of a bit of throw, whereas the SFT70 produces more throw, so more range at the expense of flood. So I think in terms of the SD08, you're going to get a much more balanced beam there. All right, so here's a little close-up of the Sofirn SD08, and the construction is pretty good, especially at this price point. There's no rough spots, inconsistencies, and it's made of T6, 6061 T6 aluminium alloy, and Sofirn are using a hard anodized finish, type 3 finish, so that's really going to help it resist corrosion in salt water, and also with rough handling, drops and things like that. The Sofirn SD08 is IP68 water resistant, submersible for up to 100 meters, and that's more than enough for recreational scuba diving. It's also dust tight under harsh conditions. When you open up the back, you'll be able to see a couple of O-rings on the tail, which is characteristic of these dive lights. The body of the flashlight is reinforced with thicker walls as well. Like I said, with the battery, you need to charge it separately. There's no charging port on the flashlight itself. That's just to make sure that it retains water resistance. This rotary switch, just turn it left and you can get into that RGB mode. That's just an off switch, and then low, medium, and high. Like really easy to go between modes. It does require a little bit of, something to switch between modes. The sort of window here appears to be made of opaque plastic. There's probably a bunch of these SMD LEDs underneath. The built-in RGB halo here on the head, 360-degree halo, and this green mode here isn't just decorative. It also helps maintain visual contact between you and other people, maybe that you're diving with, and also so that you can attract attention where needed. Under the bezel, and I'm sure someone out there can confirm that this is an SST70, let me know down below. And you've got an orange peel reflector, like I mentioned, recessed glass lens, and it also has a regulated boost driver because it's running off a normal 3.7 volt cell. So yeah, I think this is rare for flashlights of this price range. It means that you're going to get predictable, sustained output from this flashlight. Quick little rehash of the UI. It's pretty simple. Rotate left for RGB, back to the middle for off, and then low, medium, and high. That's it. So I ran some ceiling bounce tests with my Sofirn SD08. Here is the high mode, and you can see get about 2 minutes of runtime on high before the light steps down to about 60%. Get another step down near the 5-minute mark where the light remains on about 40% output. Here's a second ceiling bounce test on the medium mode, and you can see get a great sort of flat performance there. There's no drop in output. I also ran some tests with my Opal Lightmaster Pro, and you can see here on the high mode, I got 385 meters of throw. Pretty impressive for a smaller flashlight like this, especially with an orange peel reflector. CRI ranged from 64 to 67. And you can see the CCT is more on the cooler end, so between 5,500 to 5,900. So some considerations to keep in mind. The first is that the battery needs to be charged externally. That's to ensure the IP rating. And thankfully, the battery does come with the USB-C charging port on it. But if you want to use another cell, you'll need an external charger. The second consideration is that this 360-degree RGB mode is probably going to annoy some of you and be useful for others. And personally, I just wanted to switch off this battery indicator light to the side when I was using the light outdoors. However, I can see in a diving situation, you would want to know the battery level of your light at all times and also be able to signal for attention. The third consideration is that would it be nice to have some extra knurling on the switch and the body? Okay, it does feel a little too smooth for my liking. It's not a deal breaker, but yeah, if you don't need to use this light in the water, I would suggest some other options from Sofirn, for example, the SC33 or the SK40. Overall, the Sofirn SD08 stands out as an affordable, high-performance dive light that also excels on land. And I like the simple rotary interface. It would be great if you're gifting it to someone who doesn't know much about flashlights, just wants something easy to use. And it's got that 100-meter water resistance, dust proofing as well. It's going to be a pretty tough light, even in general use. That 360-degree RGB signal light as well would be great for scuba divers, rescue teams, and adventure seekers. So yeah, if you need a reliable, bright, easy to use, and weatherproof flashlight without a premium price tag, the SD08 delivers on all fronts. What do you guys think of the Sofirn SD08? Let me know down below in the comments. And do you have any questions as well? Just drop your comment down below and I will get back to you. If you enjoyed this video, do me a big favor, click the like button and share the video with someone who might be interested. Helps me to get my videos out to more people. And if you want to see more flashlight reviews and keep up to date with the latest flashlight news, make sure you subscribe. Sofirn SD08, and we'll put it firstly on the low mode. You can see it lights up this sort of ring light around as well when it's on, and pretty decent range for low mode. Let's pop it onto medium now. Take it away. It's a little bit of light here still, but and high. Really nice centralized hotspot, but with a ton of spill. It's also got this rainbow auxiliary mode for some reason, and look, it might be good for getting some attention, I tell you that. Sofirn SD08, and this is the low mode. Out next to this river here in Melbourne, the Yarra. The low mode's great, just for a walking light. Let's go to medium. I did see some animal out the back over there. I don't know where it's gone now. It might be someone's dog. We'll find out if they start walking in front of us out through this path. So this is medium and high. Like a ton of light, and it's kind of like a great balance between flood and throw at the same time. Illuminates all into your, probably on a, oh there you go, there's something there, there's an animal there walking behind that tree. See its eyes just reflecting back there. There it is. Yep. Could be a possum there climbing up into the tree. It's a little bit tricky to see. I think the flying foxes have started to maybe come out. Let's have a look here in the water, other side of the river, and yeah, there's got to be a flying fox up there as well. Medium mode still manages to reach the other side. The low mode, medium, and high mode. Catching some of these flying foxes. And on the low mode now of the SD08, and of course if you're using this in the water, you're going to be able to know what the battery capacity is, and also be able to spot someone that you're with who's using the flashlight. Let's put it into medium. Someone's in a boat by the river. High mode. Jesus. Oh, look at this. There's a couple of foxes up ahead. Well, one fox anyway. Is it a fox? Pretty sure it is. Yeah. There it is, still up ahead. decent amount of range. Here we have a fox. We get a bit closer to it. Lower the brightness, alright. Oh, there he goes.